Mind over matter, overcompensating, overstatements, crookedness relating, the soul's churn in return, mental overstimulation, one word, riveting, it tethers my pilot. Streams that are promised to make seeking less.
Greetings. Greetings. Hope you're doing well, everyone. And we have a special guest here today. And it's a pleasure to have her on. And what a talent. Having read up your resume and so many good stuff that you're doing. First and foremost, and congratulations on the so many successes in terms of creating. That's a big thing for creating. Yes, Bintou Kaba, writer. You write screenplays, poems, novels, and I'm assuming you sing because lyrics.
I know lyrics.
So you were saying about the lyrics. You don't actually write, you actually sing. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm saying I'm just going to read something quickly.
Okay.
It has many lenses. While I embark through the world trying to make sense, to tap into the great unknown that had fortified my mini cascade. Lineage like royalty, doing for the world as the sight to see has done for me, talking about the great premise that lies beneath. Like the greatest trees, my roots have grown to enlighten. What a sight to see. There is no greater anchor than history, telling of what was or has been. We can see the world in ways we never did. Make ways for the once we thought would never give. The plight of my fright is my responsibility. Got to tame the lethal wolves so they never get the best of me. Just a little something to give back to the audience. Yes, so the first thing I really wanted to I was curious about is, because you're such a rich creative. Tell us a little about what inspires you to create.
My dad used to tell me bedtime stories as a kid, but then he had to stop because he was gonna work during the nighttime. So I guess I kind of missed those stories, so I ended up writing my own. When I was 10 or 9, I was really young, so yeah.
That's interesting. Are there specific experiences outside of what you just in general, I'd say, outside of what you just mentioned, that have been pivotal to being who you are as a creator?
As a creative, well, besides that, I would watch and read a lot of things. I would read lyrics from rappers. I'm talking about Eminem, 50 Cent, Kendrick Lamar, Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion, just a bunch of other people, so I can be a better poet. And also, I'm starting to write films, so I'm gonna watch more movies now. I'm starting to write a new book series, so I'm gonna get a new book to read. So I will just continuously read stuff so I can learn and be a better writer.
So out of everything that you do, what came first in terms of the type of writing? Was it poetry? Was it stories?
It was stories, like novels.
And why do you think that was the case? Like what? what's the inspiration for that specifically to come first?
Well, besides my dad telling me bedtime stories, I was reading this book. It was like this Dr. Seuss book, and back then I really loved Dr. Seuss, so I guess Dr. Seuss was like my inspiration a little bit when it comes to writing books. So, yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Mhm.
So when you want to create, I understand that you mentioned, at the start, your dad not being there, just creating your own stories. But are you able to draw from anywhere else when it comes to just creating and just getting inspiration for what you do?
I'm sorry, what?
So you remember what you mentioned about, what inspired you to create?
Yeah.
So at this later stage, are you able to kind of draw from other places at this point when it comes to finding inspiration to kind of create new things in the craft?
Yeah, I do. Like social media and real life events do inspire me a little bit. Like I wrote this one poem, it was about gun violence and gang violence, which that's often in the media. And I was like, maybe I can write about it to spread awareness. Like sometimes I use my writing as a way to spread awareness about certain topics in society, like cult chasing. I wrote a poem about it, hookup culture, um, what else? Yep, gun and gang violence, and I'm gonna write a poem about homeless people soon.
So it sounds to me like you're very aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
Is that a natural thing for you, or is that because of what you do that you feel there's a sense of conviction to what to feed your mind so you can add fuel to the fire to actually create so many different things?
I feel like it's more natural to me, quiet person, and I feel like because I'm so quiet, I'm become more observant. Like I can notice things that other people won't notice because I'm just like I'm not talkative. I'm just there chilling, and I'm just seeing things, seeing the wrong type of things, and I just write about it.
So, and when you say seeing things and you're just writing about it, are we speaking about, is it taken from a personal lens, like are you seeing it for what it is, or are you seeing it for on a personal level as opposed to just being objective and just being like, you know what, this is what it is, just laying down the truth? Is it more your truth or is it the truth?
As my truth, and if I'm more curious about the topic, I'll do my own research and get some more different point of views about it. Like I saw hookup culture as a thing, and my truth is that it should not exist. And I look it up on YouTube, and I see that other people agree with me. Some want to share their experience, and their experience is not that good, in my opinion. So, I just try to get much of information as I can.
That's respectable. That's respectable. There was something about that I wanted to ask you. But that's neither here nor there. Again, I wanted to just kind of give you congratulate you on your book.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's talk a little bit about that. What do you give my audience? Give them some information about your book that's coming out.
Sure. The book that's coming out, it has Latino and Black culture in it, and that's like my favorite thing about it because Latino culture is very pretty. Like they have parties such as quinceañera, which is like the dresses are so cute. Like it's about the book is about a young woman, a princess. Her name's Selena, and her mother was drowned in the ocean, and she's trying to find out who's the murderer, because like she's a little bit into who's the one who's behind the whole drowning mess of what her mother had been in. And she figures out the murderer, and she finds out it's like mermaids. She loves them, so she has like this love-hate relationship with them, and she seeks revenge and with her, who's actually named after my sister. And I don't want to say too much because it's going to come out soon, so I'm just going to say that.
I'm having some. So I'm not sure if just make sure it's not your side. There's some touch and go things while you were speaking, so I didn't get to hear everything clearly.
Do you want me to start over?
Yeah, could you just kind of speak on it a little bit again?
Sure. The book is about Selena, and her mother, she was drowned in the ocean, right? But Selena, she's like, it's a clear day, like it's very peaceful at the ocean, so she's very confused on why her mother drowned. So she tries to go on this journey to figure out like who's the murderer behind this, things like that. And she finds out it's a siren, and the siren queen, which is her name's Hawa, who's actually named after my cousin. And like Selena, she seeks revenge on Hawa and Pablo, which is Hawa's husband, who's a the merman king, and they have a war. And like, I don't want to speak too much because it's coming out, and knowing me, I will probably spoil the whole thing, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, that's about it.
So are you saying this is like the concept of the you're bringing out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. That's interesting. It's different.
Thank you.
It's different, but
thank you.
Of course, we find.
But I'm sure it's going to be interesting to hear it and read it. If I'm correct, it's supposed to be audio, correct?
No, paperback. Like, I'm hoping it will be ebook as well. So yeah, maybe, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so your
different formats, basically.
Yeah.
Good to know. Should be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And where will this be available?
Amazon, of course. Currently, I'm trying to make a website. It'll be available on my website as well. And I can try to put it in Barnes and Nobles. So, yeah.
So on your website and Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, and Amazon.
And Amazon. Mm-hmm. When is the release?
When I'm not too sure right now. Like, I'm rereading the book, but it should be after July. Mm-hmm.
That should be fun. So I know I'm assuming that I know the answer to this question, but I would like to ask it anyway. What's your take on the importance of having a voice as a creator?
The importance. Well, clearly it's very important to have your own voice as a creator, because, well, when you're presenting your art, you're basically presenting yourself, your piece of yourself to the world, basically. And of course, it's you, and there's only one you, and so that's why it makes it unique. So you should never be ashamed of your art, even though it may be considered weird because other people don't get it, or different because people see it as a different point of view. It's you, and that's what makes it unique and special.
And it's when do you firstly, do you think you've developed to that? You have your own voice?
Voice, but since I'm so young, I am kind of struggling to find it. But I mean, that's normal, so yeah.
That's fair. That I respect what you're saying. It's a very candid way to approach it. Um, but at the same time, there is no. I guess they say there is no wrong or right. There is only what is. So you can only tell from your own premise whether you're fully informed and you have all the experience in the world. So I would say, you do your best to ascend to the standard that the best standard that you know of. However, outside of that, you do your best. You can only do or speak from the premise that you know it pertaining to your experience and knowledge. Do you get me? So
Yeah.
Whether you think it's very informed, balanced, objective, etc. It's still important that you express yourself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I would say just keep going, man. Just keep going.
Thank you.
I'm curious about the other things that you do, because you said you write. Was it the film? You mentioned a film, right? So you write a script?
Yeah, but I've been far away from that to write some poetry because I'm releasing an album of poems soon, like July 3rd of this year. So I've been more focused on that.
Are you having a sort of launch for it?
Yeah, I do. It's coming out like July 3rd, which is also my birthday. I'm gonna write I'm gonna release an album. It has like 11 poems in it. And it's gonna be on Spotify, hopefully Apple Music, also on YouTube. Spotify and YouTube is mainly the two things. Yeah.
Well, looking forward to that. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you.
I'll be sure to share all your details with your page. You said you're in the process of preparing the website, so it's not actually ready.
Yeah, it's not ready yet.
But you do have Amazon profile, etc., and your work is available on there.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you have more work out there that's been published.
Yeah, just a little. Mainly on my YouTube channel, I have a few poem videos. On my Instagram, there's a little bit of poetry there. So far, that's it.
Okay, that's great. Well, as I said, if I had to tell you one thing, I would say just keep going.
Okay.
And,
Thank you.
Keep enjoying the journey.
Okay, thanks.
It's been great. Thank you for coming, sharing your work on my platform. I appreciate you.
Thank you for interviewing me.
Absolutely. Take care.